opportunities, and masterclass is an opportunity for all those students out there who wanted to ask question. We also have a viewer calling us, Ashish from Gurgaon. Please go ahead with your question.
I am Ashish Khatana from DVO Public Services, Sri Vishwakarma Skill University. My question to Raj sir is, what efforts will be taken to increase the digital learning capacity for students?
Absolutely. Mr. Raj, would you like to take that question? Even students are concerned about how the digital platforms are going to be utilized now.
I think that's a very important question because I know in last few days it was a sudden situation for almost every institution. But as far as the Sri Vishwakarma State University is concerned, we took a call and within 48 hours we were able to bring in all our running classes on a digital platform called GoToMeetings, and we organized faculty skilling sessions and made sure that faculties are hosting all the classes that were planned actually through classroom, and they migrate all those classes to the digital platform. So not only this, I think now what our faculty is doing, they are also exploring and mapping certain MOOCs programs that are available and are advising students in the digital sessions to go and leverage those MOOC sessions. So the effort is there to make sure that the digital platform is adequately used by faculty as well as by the students. Another initiative that we have taken, many institutions can take, is what we have done is we have collected a list of some 200 industry experts who are professionals in industry, and we have reached out to them, given that they are also part of the lockdown process. So we have identified some 200 industry professionals, and we are mapping them to the syllabus of different faculties, and the IT department is going to set up sessions of these industry experts with the students, so that during this period of lockdown, the students at least get a great opportunity of interacting with industry experts through digital platforms.
Absolutely. Communication is extremely important for the students and the faculty right now. We have another student calling from Gurgaon. Manoj, please go ahead with your question.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Sir, I need to ask a question. How could we prepare to the sudden changes, like from traditional education to this online education system?
Absolutely. Mr. Vikram, could you take that question which Manoj just asked?
I would love to. Manoj, these are non-issues. You are a bright young student, and I would advise you that the change is always for the better. When you take to online classes, you are in international community. You would not be restricted to only a few limited number of teachers, but internationally the best teachers would be available to you. The best tutorials in the world would be available to you. And of course, my word of advice to you, the age-old adage, writing maketh a perfect student. Do not depend that you put all your classes and tutorials and PPTs in one folder, and before the examinations you would revise them. Please make written notes in your subject copy and be the master of the written word, because ultimately the virtual experience has to be translated into the written handwriting of your own. That will be an infallible resource for you. Therefore, these issues, connectivity problems, the keyboard, these are a matter of issues, and a bright person like you would be hands-on, doing so well, like ducks taking to water in a matter of just 72 hours, not more than that. Make no mistake about it.
Absolutely, Dr. Vikram, you rightly said we have to combine digital and the traditional way of education right now, and the time is right now. We have another caller coming, viewer calling us, Devendra from Palwal. Please, Devendra, go ahead with your question.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please ask your question.
Okay, my question is to Raj Nehru sir. Actually, ma'am, I am just asking due to lockdown situation, my daily routine activities like gym and sports activities, everyone will disturb due to lockdown situation. And I'm just ask about Raj Nehru sir, which way I will doing my timetable now that situation, which way I am maintaining that.
Yes, Devendra, that's a very relevant question. How do we all keep our routines intact, and especially when we used to work out and go to gyms? Mr. Raj, would you like to take that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Let me tell you, when we used to work with the IBM, I spent almost 7 years working from home. And working from home is requiring a different kind of a discipline, and it requires a different kind of a mind shift. It's a paradigm shift. So first of all, we need to understand that when we are operating from home, there are certain rules which also apply to work from home or study from home. Number one. Number two, you talked about gym and other things. I think Indian yoga system and other meditative practices that we have in the healthcare area for from traditional system, I think they have a great opportunity these days that can leverage this, can learn this, and we can experience a new aspect dimension which we have not done in the past because we have been using gyms. So we must at this time go and look for and
Right.
try to explore new yogic practices or yoga practices. They are all available online these days, and online courses or online activities can be followed. Second is, as far as the students are concerned, uh, with respect to their syllabus or subjects, they can go either to their digital libraries or they can explore the digital world. It's full of information today, and they can, through the help of their faculties, they can identify some books, some courses, some audio, video lectures. There are also recorded webinars that are also available. Some are free, some are available through open sources, and students can pick them up and decide that at what point of time they can spend some time on that. I also think this is a great time also while sitting at home, building your social network. And there must be some time spent on creating communities which are more relevant to either to your academics or to your interests. By creating such communities, you can reinforce learning that you may not otherwise have been able to do while at the college or somewhere else. So you can have some learnings by creating social networks.
Absolutely, Mr. Nehru, you rightly said we can still continue to learn and education must continue even if there is social distancing. We are glad to have Mr. Ashok Pandey, Director of Alcon Schools with us. Sir, if I could ask you, what do you think, how is your school preparing for all the pressure from the students and the parents as the teachers are also preparing for the digital learning now, which is the need of the hour?
Yes, Priyanka, before I come to your question, I spoke for about 5 minutes, but I didn't know I was